Jump Festa happened. Obviously, we do have a new movie. I think everyone expected this. It just made sense timeline-wise. But they didn't say anything about it as far as I know. They just said it's happening. Which is like, okay. Okay. There is nothing to show for it at all. There is a One Piece movie. Now, I do have a conspiracy. Because why didn't they say anything? Like, why didn't they make anything about it? Like, nothing. Not even a single thing. Why? I think it might be a canon movie. That's why. I think this might not be a funny, goofy adventure. I think they might be doing something more with the movie format. I think this might genuinely be something important, and that's why they don't want to give away literally anything. I don't know, maybe they did mention something and I just missed it, but as far as I know, they haven't said anything beyond the fact that it's a movie and that's it. So I hope that it might be something that is actually important. I say that, but there is going to be the obvious curse of not everyone will get to see it at the same time, and spoilers will be even worse than they are with the manga, right? Because it's a movie, regional releases are very, very complicated, and it's very, very different. Last One Piece movie, One Piece Film Red, I think I got before the US. So if that happens again, then I am locked in and I'm happy. But if it doesn't, well then, I'm gonna be really, really mad. Movie canon original? No, I think this could genuinely be like a side story from the manga. I see you're saying that it could be the God Valley incident. I think the God Valley incident is maybe a bit too big, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made a movie about the Rocky Port incident, for example. Because Oda said that he's not going to draw it because it would take too long. Something like that, right? Where Oda has basically... He does have a pretty clear plan of what happened, but we're just not going to see it in the manga for the sake of time, right? Making a movie around that, and that movie would be 100% canon. Something like that. I can see happening. I don't think it would be anything that, like, really moves the plot forward, though. Because I think people would be angry about that. I would be angry about that, too. Like, if it's actual crucial plot that is revealed in a movie, I would not like that. Because I know, like, not everyone's going to be on the same page. You know? In this case, literally, because we're reading a manga. So... New movie is happening. The big thing is this, right? This is the Oda message. He writes them every single year. We'll leave that for last. One thing, this is about the new time slot that One Piece will be airing in. I think it's like 11:30 p.m. or something in Japan. Less censorship. Big W. Big W. One Piece's censorship and anime censorship in general makes no sense to me. But I've talked about that before. TV censorship in general makes no sense to me. They're very, very weird, like, double standards for things. But if this means less censorship, then Kuma's Pass is probably going to be better for it. Because, you know. Let's talk about the main thing, though. Oh, yeah, by the way. I didn't really talk about it, but they had, like, a whole, I watched a video that they were doing, like, basically handing off the mantle to Frankie right here. And I did see this, by the way. I know there's another manga panel, I don't want to look at it. This is the color spread for this week. It released early. But this happened. It looks goofy, but it's actually very sad. It's obviously, like, explaining this to a non-One Piece fan, kind of absurd, but it was kind of sad. I watched the video of it. Anyway, let's read this. I'll never forget that time you took me to that queer bar and the memories we made. Thank you for being Frankie for so long. No matter where you go, we'll always be nakama. And Subaru-san, I'll look forward to working with you from now on. I'm pleased to meet you. To everyone who came to Jump Festa, hello. It's me, the fit, primitive, and glamorous Eiichiro Oda. So, this year marked the 25th anniversary of One Piece, so we kicked it off with a whirlwind of events. The opening of it's Harajuku, I'm sorry, I can't read. Mugiwara store, and releasing the One Piece base app, to the point that 2024 ended before I even realized it. I'm not gonna lie, I've talked about this before. Why do the years feel so long nowadays? Like, people keep saying the years zoom past. I'm like, bro, 2024? It feels like I've been in 2024 for 5 decades. It's insane. I feel like I've been reading One Piece for like 10 years. It's been barely 2. Okay. I'm deeply grateful to all the staff that contributed to One Piece. Fan letter was amazing too. That is an understatement. And particularly I enjoyed my visit to South Africa, where the live action is being shot. As I wrote in my message on the experience, I was humbled by the love of the whole staff and cast have for One Piece. True. A lot of people told me One Piece is already popular worldwide, so why even bother putting so much effort into a live action? These people are wrong. Yes, it may be popular in the animation industry worldwide, but if someone told you new unexplored horizons await out there, wouldn't that make you want to go after them too? True. So whether it's the manga, anime, film, or live action, I will give my best. Basically, we'll be preparing various new announcements next year for One Piece as well. Please look forward to the return of the anime as well. Okay, this is the... My face is in front of it because of course it is. You'll have to trust me on this one. As for the manga, at last we have reached Elbaf. Everything seems to be laid back and all in this country. I highly doubt this. I don't know what Oda is saying everything looks laid back, bro. We just met Loki. I don't think everything's laid back. And Ragnarok is gonna happen. The arrival of a certain man will break that calm. I think Oda's favorite phrase is certain at this point. It's like an outcome of a certain fight will surprise fans. A certain thing happening in the world will surprise everyone. And then we're like, next year we're thinking about, wait, what was the certain fight? What even was the certain fight? And what was the certain outcome? Meanwhile, we'll also see an abnormal phenomena happening in other oceans. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Wrong scene. That man will finally begin to stir up the world. I'm telling you, it's Davy Jones. I'm telling you right now. Enjoy the breather while you still can, for you may not get a chance to catch your breath again. Please look forward to this next super year for One Piece. That's it. So, who is he talking about? The arrival of a certain man will break that calm. I've got no idea. There are lots of people who I think will be involved in Elbaf. I think Dragon will be involved in Elbaf because he has a lot of story to do with Okura and Elbaf and like the basically the memories of the world and stuff. So I think that will happen in some capacity. I don't know how Dragon's going to end up here though. But yeah, I'm expecting a lot of stuff to go down on Elbaf. Like, you could tell me that, I don't know, all of the elders will appear on Elbaf, and I could totally see it making sense because I genuinely do think that Elbaf's core theme is going to be Ragnarok, and this is going to be the thing that basically not only kickstarts the final war, but this is going to be like actually absurd what happens. That's the vibe I'm getting. Maybe I'm totally off base, but that's what I'm thinking. Aside from that though, that's basically all we got in Jump Festa. Not a lot. Not a lot. I think Rocky Port Incident would be a fire movie, but not very marketable. There's no main crew, less popular characters, and so on. I think Blackbeard would have pull. I think so. I think if they marketed the movie around Blackbeard, you would get people going to the cinema 100%. I wonder if Oda message last year will come true next year in terms of the manga. I do think that there is drift in Oda's predictions. I think so. I think he anticipates different things happening in the following year that actually then like what happens, right? Because he probably has an idea of how many chapters will come out, but there have been like a bunch of different delays, a bunch of different things that have happened, and those mess up the release schedule. And I think in his brain, there might be like a disconnect of what actually happens and what he thinks might have happened. Dragon versus Holy Knights? I could definitely see it happening. Live action Chopper reveal and Witch trailer, but nothing happened in Egghead Climax, so trailer was so mid. I looked at the Egghead Climax trailer. I do think them not showing anything is a good call. So I will push back on that. I think they shouldn't have shown any of the big stuff, because the big stuff in Elbaf is genuinely unbelievable. Like, if they showed anything, I think that would have been like giving a bit too much away. Not having anything from Witch or live action, that's weird. Like, that is actually weird. Even announcing just Chopper's voice actor or actress, that would have made sense. But nothing? Nothing? That's weird. That's really, really weird. Law is there too, and Law is one of the most popular characters in the series. Yeah, exactly. So I think if you could just... Basically, all of the marketing would have to revolve around Blackbeard, Law, and Kobe would probably be like the least important pull. But I would go see it. Like, let's be real, if it's a canon movie, even if it's not like an important story, absolutely I would go and see it. Of course I would. Why not? They're really keeping Chopper on the low? Yeah, I've got no clue what they're cooking. I've got no clue what they're cooking. Planning something big and don't want to reveal it now. That would make sense, but I feel like Jump Festa is so big that, like, wouldn't you have announced it there? Because the next announcement, it would have to be like at least a few weeks after the new year, right? Because after this, like, everything goes on holidays, everything is sort of low-key. I think doing something like the Rocky Port incident in a movie format would be smart. And you would get people to go and watch it just because it's like, it's an actual manga thing. But yes, that is Jump Festa. I guess it's fun seeing a few of these things, but I don't think anything here was like, was something that I wasn't expecting, I guess, is the way to put that. Jump Festa is big for anime fans. Maybe Netflix wants something more general for the live action. Maybe. I don't think there's like anything to be concerned about though. Like they're clearly just saving the announcements. Maybe the Wit remake is moving along slightly slower than we might have expected, or maybe it's like way earlier than we thought. But when it comes out, it'll come out. Until then, it is what it is.